So we are basically looking at NASDAQ, and we are currently on the 1 hour chart. We have this kind of trend line up here. So far after hours, it's rejecting it, but we also have the bottom of this zone that we can draw out. Pretty much tried to respect it as much as we can. We saw this liquidity form, and that was just before we got this massive run up. And obviously, we had the dump last week. And what I'm looking at here is kind of just a retracement. So I want to see if we can get any fib levels matching up. And if I just draw that out. So we do have this 618 fib here. It's actually at a pretty good level. It's at the bottom of this zone, just about there. And then we also have that lined up really well with quite a few levels. So we could potentially see this run up here. Now, bears would obviously want to hold this level as strong as they can, because the break of this on the hourly would mean break of market structure, right? Because we have this, we formed a lower high, lower low, and now we're seeing this run up. So we also got to keep in mind we have this hourly 200 EMA just about at that level as well. And we also have FOMC coming up, so we have no idea which direction that's going to take us in. Now, if we zoom out a little bit and look at the 4 hour, I don't know why I have this here. Go ahead and delete that. Let's see if I can see anything here that sticks out. So we had this rundown, short little bounce. Let's see where that bounced to. I'm actually very curious. So that actually went just to about the 618 as well. As you can see, it wicked up. Let me actually get rid of this. It wicked up and then came right back down. So that might be what we're seeing here, but you've got to notice this was very gradual. This is very aggressive. This is very aggressive buying. The other thing we start to notice is, look at these volume spikes. Now, obviously, I'm on the 4 hour, so volume spikes won't mean too much, but the chart does look very different from back then. Now, if I go ahead and get rid of this, I'll get rid of my trend lines for now as well. We had this channel that was coming down, and we got this big breakout. It came back, retested the channel, it's trying to hold, and now we're seeing this kind of price action. We have the tweezer bottom, and for the most part on the daily, whenever we do see that tweezer bottom price action, we do get a decent bounce. Now obviously if that bounces just to here, I'm not convinced that's going to be it. I think we might see something bigger, right? Because this is where that 618 level was, right about here, that 12150 level. So I'm not too convinced of either move on either side yet. Now, when we do also see a downtrend forming, something else that I've noticed from price action is we typically start to retest lower and lower EMAs. So if we just look at it on the daily aspect, if this was a true downtrend, now that we've got everything crossing over, we start to see this 20 hold, and then we come back down. So, but the 20 is still pretty high. So we might see some, consolidation action, but with the FOMC, I would assume we don't see that because there's a lot of volatility coming up. So as of right now, the move is still bullish. Expecting it to go to at least about 12,150, and then we'll probably have to reevaluate it from there because I don't know what the chart's going to look like at that point. But yeah, that's kind of the analysis. So still looking for longs tomorrow. Ideally, what I'd want to do is wait for a pullback. And if we just do this guy here, so the way I like to look at some pullbacks, other way. So if I wanted to pull back, I would want to see it. Yeah, actually, that's a good level. So just about this 11,860. If we can get that 11,860 tomorrow, or even better, if we can get 11,833, and then we can make that move up. Now the other option is if we actually go all the way down to where the liquidity was. And if that's the case, then we might even see the low of this guy here, just about 825, and then make the move up. So, yeah, pretty much just tomorrow the goal is wait to see that liquidity and then buy the move up. Hopefully this helps, guys.